I mean, as you can tell by my clock results just now, I am just full of performance enhancing drugs. Like, I'm up to my eyeballs in performance enhancing steroids. I mean, I'm jacked, as you can tell. So this is big news for me. I'm going to have to clean my act up. Now, final one in the WCA news. Call for applicants a WSOT. They need a leader for the WSOT. What the hell is that, Mike? Listen, shut up to me. Patience, all right? I'll explain. There will be an appointment of a new WCA sports organization team leader as Ethan Pride completes his 2-year term as the leader of the sports organization team. Ethan Pride is also a board member. Buddy, chill. It's stressful for me that board members are also having to lead these really, really organizational teams, really, really operational teams. That is really my criticism. Boiled down. All my criticisms boiled down is that the board are being asked to do too much. And that's the way it is. I don't blame them. It's the way it is. Anyway, that was an aside. The leader of the WCA sports organization team will ensure that the duties of the WSOT will be carried out in accordance with the motion. So let's see what the WSOT does, everyone. The WCA Sporting Committee... What? I thought it was the WSOT. Sports Organization Team. I guess they've had a name change. Sporting Committee. Sure. The following rights and duties. Creation and maintenance of documents to ensure compliance with requirements of international sports organizations. Creation and maintenance of an anti-doping program in compliance with the WADA standards. What? Creation and maintenance of an anti-doping program? What's the WADA? What is the WADA? World Anti-Doping Agency. Okay, I guess this must be a requirement. Like, this must be like a fundamental requirement for being recognized as a sport in some regard. Gosh dang. An anti-doping program. Sure. I don't know about you, but I haven't had my blood swapped too many times. As you can tell by my clock results just now, I am just full of performance enhancing drugs. Like, I'm up to my eyeballs in performance enhancing steroids. I mean, I'm jacked, as you can tell. So this is big news for me. I'm going to have to clean my act up and stop switching my blood. And stop getting my kids to do my urine samples for me. So this is big. Ensuring compliance. I'm joking, obviously. I'm just joking. Don't do drugs, kids. Ensuring compliance with ongoing requirements to meet the criteria of an international sports organization. It's strange that we need 1.4, ensuring compliance with ongoing requirements to meet the criteria of an international sports organization. Strange that the anti-doping program is singled out above that. I wonder if I'm missing something there. I often am. Additional duties as directed by the WCA board. Again, gloriously vague. So that's great. Fat Rock Cubers need the roids. Yeah, maybe. And sometimes when you see the reactions, are those big reactions we see in speedcubing? Is that roid rage? Could be. All these big, muscly, vascular cubers. Anyway, so that's what the sports organization team is, and it's the same stuff here. Candidates are expected to fulfill their terms and spend at least 6 hours per week on average to work for the team. The qualities expected of candidates are solid policy writing expertise. I've actually got that. Good communication skills. Obviously, I've got that. Ability to digest long documents in complex English. I mean, give me 10 minutes and I've got that. Detail-oriented, Virgo, perfectionist. Project management experience. Oh, shoot. I'm actually qualified for this. Shotgun knot. Nose goes. The application period, that's very disrespectful, actually. But I just can't. I can't give 6 hours a week for 24 months. I just don't have that time, unfortunately. Not for a volunteer position. My wife would come after me. She would be so mad. Here we go. The application period for candidates to submit their blah, blah, blah. October 27th, same as what we looked at in the last one. You submit the same stuff as the last one. All of this is the same as the other one. This is standard stuff. So that's interesting, isn't it? Broy, go for it, Mike. Broy, as a consequence of getting this position, I would have an expensive divorce on my hands. So I'm not really willing to risk that one. I volunteer for so much stuff at the moment already. I'm on my school board. I coach touch rugby for my kids. Actually, that's coming up today. We've got our first game today. I'm coaching my daughter's team. I'm coaching the year 0 to 2. So like 5 to 6 year olds to play touch rugby. It's absolute carnage, but it's kind of fun. John Baxter's asking for a poll. What, a poll on whether I should apply? Absolutely not, John. I'll get spiked on a poll. That's what'll happen. You little punks will all vote yes. Okay, we had some questions in the chat. Mango, I have an interesting question. Well, that's your opinion. Should someone in a high position of power within the WCA, like the board, be allowed to have a sponsorship from a cube store and or manufacturer? They totally can, and they totally have. Yeah, Mango's got that. They're allowed to do it. It's a very, very basic declaration of, what do you call it? Conflict of interest. So all boards in organizations have a conflict of interest register. So let's say, for example, I was to get a position as a team leader or a team member, a position of any sort, I would have to declare a conflict of interest. And that's all it is, because you're making a financial, I'm making financial gain from being involved in speedcubing because I sell speed cubes. And by being on the board, I would have to be clear about that. I'd have to be like, hey, just so everyone knows, I have a financial interest in this organization succeeding. So that's all that is. And I believe they do have policy around that, like delegates, because there are delegates in New Zealand. Daniel, our sort of lead delegate in the South Island, he's sponsored by me. He's on my team. Shout out. And there's rules, and I don't know actually if these are Speedcubing NZ rules or if these are WCA rules, but he's not allowed to wear my merch when he is in his role as a delegate. That makes sense? So when you're performing as a delegate, you're not allowed to be wearing merch for whoever you're supported by, if that makes sense. That's certainly a rule here in New Zealand. Having said that, now I don't know if that's a WCA rule or if that's a whatever. But as long as you declare your interests, then it should be fine. That's what a declaration of interest register is there for. Fat Rock's saying essentially what I've said. I don't think it matters if there's some sort of ethical agreement they follow to keep their position as a sponsor cuber separate. Yeah. Oh, Alex is saying that is definitely WCA rules. I haven't found that in the regs or is it a reg? Is it a guideline? Who knows? This is why I'm going to keep making these videos going through all these documents at the WCA, because I need to understand them. People seem to like it when I read them, so that's cool. Nathan, would this entail delegates getting paid by the WCA directly? No, an employee is not a conflict. If you're employed by the WCA, that's not a conflict as such. That's different. It would be like someone like me making money from it, or someone who is sponsored making money through their sponsorship, you know? Oh, Gil, that's not exact. If the competition is sponsored by the shop. Oh, okay. If this competition is sponsored by the shop, then they're allowed to. Okay, well, that's not how we follow the rules here in New Zealand, because I sponsor most of the competitions in the South Island. I don't know. I haven't been at a comp in a while. I could be talking out of my bum. I often am. Alex suggesting probably some internal policy. Aniron in the chat. Hi, Aniron. I remember when Alex used to be sponsored by SCS back in 2017. I know, dang. That was our first overseas sponsorship, was Alex. I can't remember his last name all of a sudden. Help me out here, Aniron. Shoot, I've forgotten our senior delegate's last name. Whoops. That is a massive brain fart. But yeah, he was sponsored by SCS. He was our first overseas sponsoree. Plus Two King in the UK, there are sponsored delegates. Yeah, there totally are sponsored delegates, but there's rules around how they can do their merch and everything like that. Right, where are we in the doc? We've taken a long time here talking about the WCA, but that seems to be what people are enjoying recently, so I'm like, whatever. And also, I feel like this is me playing a little bit of a part without officially playing a part, just by Asbury. Thank you, JJ, Alex Asbury. I feel like this is me playing a part in the just helping the WCA get their stuff heard, right? Is that an overstep? I don't know. Maybe some of the WCA will tell me shut up. Or maybe they won't. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you want to see more. I stream once a week and I release videos pretty much every day. Also, use code CUBECAST to save 5% at speedcubeshop.com, Cubing Life Academy, speedcube.nz, lastlayercubing.com. Have fun, solve cubes, and I'll catch you in the next one.